Hi everyone, I want to show something off today which is a little bit different. Not a wargaming miniature but a wargaming accessory. In particular it's for the Middle-earth strategy battle game rules. They're produced by Games Workshop and I think they're intended as a bit of fun. So what we've got here is the measuring instruments, measuring sticks, whatever you want to call them, for the Lord of the Rings Hobbit strategy battle game. And what I've done is I've painted them up a bit. So we've got, sort of like from the bottom down, we've got the Morgul blade, which is used by the Witch King. That's the one he uses to stab Frodo at Weathertop. We've got Sting, which is of course Frodo and Bilbo Baggins' sword. We got Gimli's walking axe. Of course, it's not his big double-bladed axe, but it's still a very nice piece. We've got Glamdring, which is Gandalf's sword. Then there's, next to that is Anduril, which is Aragorn's sword. There's the Witch King's sword, which is the big dark one at the back. And then finally there's Gandalf the White's staff. So the idea for these is they come in plain grey plastic and each of them has got a marker on the back telling how long it is. So the Morgul blade here is 3 inches. The Hobbit sword, Sting, is 4 inches. The Dwarven axe, 6. Dwarven axe is 5. Glamdring, 6. 8, I believe. Yep, 8, I believe, for Anduril, which is a really nice model, actually. 10 inches for... Ooh, turned off my light. Boom. 10 inches for the Witch King's sword, and then 12 inches, so a whole foot, for Gandalf the White's staff. The idea of these being that actually they're usable in the game. Most of the range of Gandalf's spells is 12 inches, and the range of Shadowfax for moving is 12 inches, so you can lay this down on the table and measure the movement distance. Same goes for this. Dwarves move 5 inches, so you would be able to put it down on the table. Let's just use an example. And if you were to put your model at the end here, you know that to move in a straight line, that's 6 inches. So it's useful in game, and I suppose it is a good idea and it's a bit of fun. So you've got Hobbit here. You know that from the end of the sword around to the front of the base is the movement range of a Hobbit. It's a good idea, it's a bit of fun. I can't see them being that useful in a game. Personally, I've got a measuring tool which is an L shape, so it's 6 inches by 3 inches and then 1 inch going back on itself. So imagine that kind of shape. That's more useful. It's also see-through, because you can measure sort of like 3 inches, you can measure the range of a banner. For an inch you can measure sort of like backing away distances, and then 6 inches is basic move length for a foot humanoid model, so like a man or an orc. So that's much more useful. And then if you're measuring anything longer, you're using a tape measure. So if you're measuring sort of like the range of a bow or the range of a siege weapon or a magical spell, you use a tape measure. But as I said, they're a nice addition. It's nice to see something come out for Lord of the Rings, something which is a bit of a gimmick. They come in plain grey plastic. I painted them just to give them a little bit of a nicer appearance. Sting was quite hard because of the detail there and the hilt. Might try give this a blue glaze, because of course Sting glows blue when orcs or goblins are near. Come on, you bastard. Yeah, there we go. So, Gimli's axe. I have actually got a full-size United Cutlery replica of Glamdring that I want to put on the wall, but unbeknownst to me when it was bought for me, the point of the actual replica sword that I've got is razor sharp. If you were to It's a timer. Got to go downstairs. If you sort of like rest the sword like that on the carpet, you can feel it cutting through the carpet. There's no blade, no edge on the blade at all, but I need to find a way of being able to protect my daughter if she comes near the sword. And unfortunately, they don't make the scabbards anymore. Anduril, forged from the shards of Narsil. It's nice, good like level of detail on the focus. Yeah, good level of detail on the runes. It's a bit of a shame they didn't do that on Glamdring, because on the full size replica it does have runes engraved on it. It's really nice, this one actually. Nice hilt paint as well. I was a bit indifferent about this one, to be honest. There's not much on the hilt, and from all the reference photos I can find, it's actually a black hilt, but it's still quite nice. Then the most fun to paint, Gandalf's staff, sort of glazing up from a bone colour to the pure white. And the idea is to find a box frame and frame it and put it on the wall so that it looks a little bit like a weapons rack. So I can sort of like line them all up, perhaps pin, or if needs be, maybe even, as I don't plan on using them in game, maybe even glue them in place. But it'd be nice to have something just hanging on the wall which looks a bit cool. So yeah, I mean, as I said, they're a nice addition to the range. It's great, especially for new starters, because you can just pick up the relevant weapon for the relevant race you're using, and you know how far they can move. Oh, forgot to mention, comes with a good and evil token as well, if that's for priority. If it's for priority, it's only really useful if you're playing good versus evil. Still, again, nice addition. I'll probably paint that up. Yeah, cool, very nice, a little bit different. So thanks for watching everyone, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye.